Sanders go to the Browns. There's nothing official yet, but we're going to pick up where we left off last night, Lady of Elegance. So let me go ahead and begin. Since Lady of Elegance, I might as well just go ahead. We're going to pick up where we left off last night. Now, let's not forget, right? Even when Shedeur Sanders, round it up, Tony. Even when Shilo Sanders got wave release last year, remember, it was a team that had already called Shilo Sanders in for a workout, and we thought that it was going to pan out, and it didn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you need a reminder, here we go. Here we go. Now, look, this is what we captured and know last year. It was the 49ers that called in Shilo Sanders, but look in that date. Look at the date of this article. The date of this article was September the 23rd, 2025. Well, why am I harping on that particular date? I'm harping on that particular date because at that time, Shedeur Sanders was not even playing at that time. So maybe the 49ers called Shilo Sanders in for a genuine tryout and it didn't work out for whatever reason. We never heard nothing about it. We still don't know why the San Francisco 49ers at that time did not bring him in, but as you know, they didn't, okay? But that date there symbolizes and is significant because at that time, Shedeur Sanders was not playing. That has to come into play because that means that the collusion was still going on. We're going to say the collusion was still going on. If you don't know, if you need a reminder, Shedeur Sanders did not start playing till November the 16th of 2025. All right, so why am I bringing this up? This is why I'm bringing this up. And as you know, last night, I said that I asked AI what 3 teams that Shilo Sanders could definitely go to this year. And I got that clip from this week, from today, and also got the clip from last night. So since this is already on the screen, let me go ahead and pull this up, and then I'm going to go over what was discussed today and last night. All right, hold on. Okay, you remember Emma Love? Yep, the 49ers. Now, as we know, the 49ers did meet the Cleveland Browns this year. What his name was, Purdy, the quarterback Purdy in the 49ers, which was another game we could have won. That was another game that we could have won, but of course, Kevin Stefanski was being Kevin Stefanski. The O-line was being the O-line. And hold on, let me go ahead and do a recap. What was that score? Cleveland Browns, because Shedeur Sanders had Brock Purdy and the 49ers on their back feet. Cleveland Browns, 49ers. Well, hold on. Well, it looked a bit better than what it was, but the final score was 26-8. But it had to be something regarding that O-line, okay? And that was week 13. Oh, that was week 13. So, okay. So Shedeur Sanders went to Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. They went to the Las Vegas Raiders on week 12. So this was now I know why the score was so bad. This was Shedeur's second week ever in terms of calling or getting first team reps. So that's why the score was that bad. But Shedeur Sanders looked very good in that game. Why am I bringing it up? Because if, and they did play the 49ers on November 30th. So if they did pick up Shilo Sanders on November 30th, well, September the 23rd last year, he would have met his brother. But of course, that's not the case. All right, let's go ahead. Now, according to research, and I hope you can see this. I hope you can see this. All right. Now, according to this screen, there's one team that is consistent across all AI platforms on what team Shilo Sanders actually could go to. And of course, as we know, the Cleveland Browns is consistent popping up on every AI platform on the team that Shilo Sanders could go to at any minute, at any time. And a lot of the AI platform database systems, however you want to classify it, says that 9 times out of 10, the announcement will be made after the NFL draft, after the teams have actually solidified their picks, know who they're going to pick, and all of that, especially, and free agency will be back in scope. Let me go ahead. No. Okay. And also, to my surprise, you see that another team that they called out was the boys, which was definitely my surprise. Hold on, let me pull this over here so I can read it. And it also says the Kansas Chiefs. Now, do I see him going to the Kansas Chiefs? I can see that, but it's all going to determine if this is Andy Reid's last year. Because if this is Andy Reid's last year, the probability of him going to the Chiefs, I'm going to say slim to none. But if this is Andy Reid's, if Andy Reid still got some more years that he's going to coach, I can see him going to the Chiefs. Because Andy Reid, Deion Sanders, they have some history, okay? I can't pull it up. All right, so you see that right there. Now, let me go to what I was alluding to last night. Why did AI say that Shilo Sanders would more than likely go to one of these three teams? And those three teams, of course, with the Cleveland Browns, it was the Bears. We ain't gonna talk about the A. We're definitely not gonna talk about the A. We're not gonna talk about the A. Now, one thing that it says regarding the Chicago Bears scenario, they said the reason why that it seemed like Shilo Sanders would be a good fit there is because, in terms of AI, it says that the Bears have officially the biggest roster hole in their secondary. That's why it says out of all the teams, I know we pushing for the Cleveland Browns, but AI is saying that the Chicago Bears could definitely be a landing spot for Shilo because they have many holes in the secondary. I didn't see that last year when we played against them, but that's what AI is saying. Now, it also says that the Chicago Bears has lost 4 safeties to the open market this year in free agency, including full-time starters Kevin Byard, and Jaquan Brisker. Okay. And then it also says while they signed a few depth pieces, the Bears are currently under construction by Coach Ben Johnson. Now, I need to go see if he has any connections to Deion Sanders prior to, reconstructing the Bears defense, right? Now, the Bears defense focused this season and need big bodies. So we talked about Shilo's frame in the last live. We all agree Shilo Sanders have filled out into the man body that we all see and all know that young men fill out too. Now, according to this, Shilo Sanders is 6'2" and 210. Shilo Sanders has picked up 10 to 15 pounds, I'm going to say, in his off season since he got cut from the Buccaneers. Now, is that a good thing? That's highly a good thing. Now, I don't see him as a free safety. According to AI, they could definitely use him in terms of a box safety. Okay. All right, let's keep pushing forward. Now, it says the second team that Shilo Sanders could definitely go to is the New York Giants. I don't want that. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the details that AI generated 2 nights ago, okay? Woo. Yeah, so, oh God. While the focus is on Nabbers, the Giants safety debt is paper thin, okay? I don't even want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this. But the AI does give Shilo Sanders very good remarks. He's tough. He plays downhill, and he's a special team hammer. I can see that because even Deion Sanders used Shilo Sanders a few times in punt returns and kick returns. Okay, so we shall see. And also it says that the Giants secondary is very unstable after Trayon Diggs left, so Shilo could walk on as a backup role. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it. It says that the Atlanta Falcons. So why did it say that Shilo Sanders could go to the Atlanta Falcons? I really don't want to discuss this. I don't even want to think about this. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you the details, okay? According to AI, the receipts for the second last year was ranked 25th in the run defense, okay, last season, and are in desperate need to beef up the front. All right. As of March the 4th, their safeties and linebacker rooms are described as very, very, very thin. All right. And then, so why does AI say that Shilo would be a perfect person? Shiloh's specialty is run and stiff. Run and stiff. If the Falcons want to fix their soft secondary without spending high capital draft, right? This is another good thing that's working in Shilo Sanders. How can I say it? Consideration is because since he is a street free agency, and we went over that last night, a team that can bring him in will be spending the minimal salary cap possible by the NFL, and that's only 1.2 million. Come on, teams. So hey, that's what AI gave me. That's what AI gave me. Now, am I surprised? Especially with him being he's coming in and they'll give him low capital, a low salary cap, low contract. I'm surprised that hasn't already been in the works by any of these teams. But hey, we'll see what happens after the draft, y'all. So let me go ahead. Shilo has not been signed. That is true. We are speaking of what possible teams that Shilo Sanders could go to, right? Whenever he gets a call. So basically, I asked AI what teams needs help in terms of safety, and I'm just going over the teams that Shilo Sanders could go to based off their needs. All right, we moving forward. Shilo Sanders, the restaurant, Lady of Elegance. We know this. We know that. Hey, you're right. You listen. We were just speaking hypotheticals. I didn't even want to cover that, but I wanted to give the investors and the viewers the details that AI generated for me. Okay, that's all I'm doing. We discussed it last night. We don't want Shilo in Atlanta. We don't want Shilo under Kevin Stefanski. We don't even want Shilo wearing black, white, or red anymore. That's how much we're anti Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski, not the Atlanta Falcons, but Kevin Stefanski. Okay, because I love Atlanta. I'm from Georgia, but I'm just saying, Shilo, Kevin Stefanski, oil and water don't mix. Okay. All right, let me go back to the comments. Yeah, I got you. Roger that. Okay, Vestas. Now we've got to know that part. Now we're only 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. So listen, I'm going to be searching every day. I'm going to be watching social media. I'm definitely going to be watching Shilo Sanders' social media. I'm going to see if he gets a call, any inclinations, but I really think as 420 has agreed, I've agreed, a lot of investors agreed, it's probably going to come after the draft. So once we get past the draft, that's when we need to, and guess what, investors? Actually, the last day of the draft, that's when teams will start accepting players, free agencies, to do a walk-on. What Toney Talks, what you talking about? Well, remember last year, the third day when they went through rounds 5, 6, and 7, right? That's when Shilo Sanders picked up the phone, called the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he got accepted, along with a whole lot of other players. So after the draft, don't go nowhere, y'all. Start watching social media, because hey, that's when Shilo Sanders could announce it, or another team could announce that they have signed Shilo Sanders, as a free agent. They willing to try him out, okay? So fingers crossed. All right. Now, let's move forward. Now, the other live, this information did not want to come up, but guess what? I got it to come up tonight, Vestas. So this weekend, Saturday, April the 11th, Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes spring game is going on, I think 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I need to check that time, okay? So the only reason I want to bring up this show, as what I'm assuming, they are definitely going to stream the spring game. So please go out and subscribe to Big Dog Chico's channel and also the Pregame Network if you haven't. So just in case they are streaming the game, you can watch it, okay? I'm definitely going to be watching. I may even do a live on Saturday. So I'm setting up my schedule on Saturday to actually do a live watching the spring game there. As we know, investors, we already did our homework. As we know, hold on. As we know, I'm gonna see if them slides came up. No. As we know, investors, 30 to 32 players went out and 59 came in to take that place. And Coach Prime is excited about what he's seeing so far. And what he said, 13 to 15 of those players that came in are actually captains. So I'm ready to see what's going to happen this Saturday in Boulder, Colorado. Let's keep moving forward. So this right here is just a reminder. All right. Now let's go ahead and talk about Joe Bitonio, the one that Todd Monken got asked about yesterday. Well, what was Joe Bitonio's status? You right? You know, we've had our theories. We discussed a lot of theories. We even discussed some of that last night. Now, from what I got over social media, and we talking about in the last 30 days, according to social media, Joe Bitonio contract has been already voided. It's already been voided, y'all. Hold on. Let me read this if you don't see it. His contract is already voided. So basically, the Browns got dead cap. Let's see here. Joe Bitonio. Let's see. According to this right here, this was March the 30th. So we talking about roughly about 10 days ago. The contract of Joe Bitonio void, and now the Browns are preparing for the worst case scenario. Dead cap and no player to take his position. All right, let me keep going. Let me go to this one here. All right, here we go. This from Dave Reuter. Joe, and this is on the 11th of March and also 18th of February. Joe Bitonio is officially a free agent. His contract has voided, and the Browns have taken a $23 million dead cap hit. David Njoku and Wyatt Taylor are expected to be post-June 1 designations are spread their dead cap charges over 2025, 2026, and 2027. And then also, basically for the 18th of February, basically said the same thing. Why does Joe Bitonio retiring or returning to the Browns matter more off the field than on it? He carried a charged cap. A $23.5 million from previous contracts restructures if he retires. If he plays another year, they can lower that number for 2026. So yeah, Joe Bitonio. Oh my God. So yeah, okay. So he's hurt them in terms of salary cap if he doesn't come back. And this particular one right here, it says that this was 3 days ago. The Browns are not counting on having former All-Pro left guard Joe Bitonio in 2026 per, well, we already know how we feel about that particular beat reporter. So take it with a grain of salt, okay? But this is what was reported, okay? Browns GM Andrew Berry said, I'll say the door is always open for good players, and certainly players who have done as much as what Joel has done for the organization. So will we see Joe Bitonio? Who knows? Who knows? Will we see David Njoku return? Who knows? Andrew Berry spoke of him during the combine. He said, hey, their time with David Njoku was over, but if he wants to return, the door is always open. And I'm assuming they're gonna extend that also to Joe Bitonio. So we shall see, Vestas. We shall see. All right, let me go ahead. Okay. Let's see. This shot. Okay. Yeah, there's 49ers. Yep. Okay, hold on. Shilo. Hey, what's up, Donna C? Hey, thank you for the information. I got that information, okay? I got that information. All right, let me keep pushing. All right, so before we go into the mock drafts, I want to go to two things I want to discuss. Well, no, I take that back. We're going to leave Emmitt Smith times two. I'm saying two on purpose, times two. I'm pretty sure you've already seen the recording, the latest news, latest perspective that Emmitt Smith had on Shedeur Sanders. But guess what, Vestas? I got a second one that I didn't see that much traction on. It just popped up in my timeline. So we're going to roll with that. But let's go ahead and go over mock drafts real quick. This we already went over. ESPN's mock draft for number 6 is Spencer Fano. Hey, you already got my commentary on that. His arms is too short. I really think ESPN was being messy, but we're going to move forward. For 24, actually, I've seen this consistent across multiple mock drafts. KC Concepcion will be coming to the Cleveland Browns in pick 24. All right. Now, let's go to the next one. We've seen this before, Vesters. We've seen this one before. All right. Now, we discussed this, and I just want to capture it again. All right. So going down to number 6, Moreland Freeland. I can see that. We're going to make notes. By the end of next week, I'm going to have a chart on who says what pertaining to pick number 6, pick number 24. Now going to 24, it says, once again, KC Concepcion. This is 2 in a row. Okay? And then we talked about some other players. But let's go to the very next one. Now, I don't agree with it. Now, on this next screen, you're going to have 2 different mock drafts that I want to go over, okay? And then we're going to get to that Emmitt Smith. But I want to discuss this one. I want to discuss this one. Oh, yeah. All right. So, this is NFL's Network Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft. Number 1, Fano. Number 2, Arvell Reese. I've heard that before. Number 3, they going to Fano. They saying Fano going to the Cardinals. Francis Maganoa, Tennessee Titans. All right. Then you got the Giants pick. Now, this, I can see if we did not have a need for the O-line, I would actually take David Bailey at number 6. The reason why I would take David Bailey at number 6, because as always, in my book, he is how can I say it? He's a rookie Myles Garrett based off his performance in the combine. Now, we only know what his metrics was. Of course, we don't know how he handled the interview process. But based off these mock drafts, it seemed like he handled the interview process fine, right? But I just don't see them just taking another edge at number 6 when we need a left tackle, okay? Now, let's keep going. Now, Sonny Styles at the Washington Commandos, I can see that. The only issue I have with Sonny Styles going to the Washington Commandos is their NFLPA report card. We already know that their facility, I know I don't supposed to be thinking about those things, but why not? This is their workplace. Y'all know what their report cards look like in terms of the locker room and the treatment of families and travel and everything else. And they had some infestations. I don't care whatever player, if I was fond of them doing the combine, I don't want them going to the Commandos, but hey, it is what it is, okay? But that owner is multi-billionaire. He needs to get his locker room straight, okay? All right, going to number 8 to the Saints is Jeremiah Love, Kansas. We see Kansas. Let's go over here, 24. Caden Proctor. Now, whoever this fool is, Daniel Jeremiah, now they know we need a wide receiver in the first round. Do you see that both of these players here, right? Do you see this right here? Do you see a wide receiver going to the Cleveland Browns? Now, this particular mock draft, that's why I'm not giving it no attention, because they didn't even attempt to give us a wide receiver. Now, let's go ahead and move to Mel Kiper. Let's go ahead and move to Mel Kiper's mock draft, Vesters. Fano, that seems the same. No. Hold on. Okay. I can deal with this. Hold on. Flying on 2 wheels without spilling my tea. Mel, is that you? No. Okay, we got another MLM. Okay. Welcome to Tony's Talks Vested Up. If this your first time. And also for you, Santel, you welcome. Who else? BP 8379. Welcome if this is your first time over here. Let me see who else that was it. Okay. Welcome to the book. Welcome new subscribers if you're new subscribers. Hey, because we can do homework over here. So this is not your normal sports show. So if you just want somebody that's just going to go over stats and give it to you raw. No. We do some homework and digging over here. Okay. So let's go for Mel Kiper. You know, Mel got a spot in my heart, so I'm going to give his mock draft attention. Okay, so we already know this. Number one is not surprised. For him, he's also having Reeves go to the Jets. Now, this is one thing I'm surprised that AI did not say, and maybe it was on that slide that I couldn't see. I can see Shilo going to the Jets. I can see Shilo going to the Jets. I can see Shilo going to the Jets. So fingers crossed. Now, once again for third, they got Francis Melgal. Oh, I messed his name up, going to the Cardinals. Now, Cardinal Tech going to the Giants. I don't want him to go to the Giants for my own personal reasons. Now, look, Mel Kiper. All right, Mel Kiper. Why do you have Spencer Fano going to the Cleveland Browns? Listen, now y'all know who my favorite left tackle is. Markel Bell. I need to go back and find out why Mel chose Spencer Fano. Yes, he's good. He's a good tackle, but his arms is not long enough for the NFL. Now, yeah, I know the margin, he only missed it by what, maybe a half an inch or an inch. But if he's going to protect Shedeur Sanders off that left side, and if they go out far enough, he won't be able to grab them. He won't be able to tackle them. That's why you call a left tackle, to protect Shedeur Sanders. So, hey, Mel, I don't know why he chose Spencer Fano. And another question is, I need to go see why a lot of people are not talking about Markel Bell. You know why they're not talking about Markel Bell? Hold on, let me see if anybody got Markel Bell on their radar. Hold on, Vestas. Because I'm surprised they're not talking about Markel Bell. And until the draft, I'm going to continue to put his name in the algorithm along with Taylor Green. Let me see here. Oh, look at this one. Hold on, let's go back to Daniel's Jeremiah's. Oh, he got a strong biblical name, Daniel Jeremiah. Look at number 12. They got a former Colorado Buffalo Colton Hood going to the Dallas Cowboys. I can see that. I wish him the best. Let's see here. Let me see if I see any of those other names. Look at this right here. Oh, where is SDP 1208? Where is Slim 081? Look at Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft. Do y'all see who's in number 19? They got another former ex-Colorado Buffalo, Jordan Tyson, going to the Carolina Panthers. Ooh, I like that fit. Let me keep going. Oh, they got Boston going to the Steelers. I can see that. Let's see. Let's go in out here. Let's see. Morgan Freeman going to Texas. I don't want that. Oh, they got Caleb Lamore. Ooh, y'all. Going back to that mock draft. Do you see number 31, Caleb Lomu? Caleb Lomu, before the combine, he was drafted to go in the top 10. I wonder what caused him to slide down at the end of the first round. I need to do some homework on that one. Well, according to this mock draft. Okay, mock draft. Hold on. Whatever, Slim. I knew that was you. Whatever, Slim. I knew that was you. Hold on. What's up, Sale Moore? Hey, Miss Toney and Go Browns. New Cleveland Browns era. Okay, now let's go back to Mel Kiper. But I don't see the names. That I expected to see under that. Oh, Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter is going to the Chargers. That defensive tackle. Ooh, that'll be nice if that happens. Okay, so let's go to Mel Kiper's, and then we're gonna move to Emmitt Smith. Okay. So Mel Kiper got Spencer Fano going to number 6. Ruben Bain going to Washington Commandos. Jordan Tyson, no, Mel, what are you doing this year? No. Jordan Tyson cannot be paired up with their second-year quarterback, Tyler Shoaib. No. Tyler Shoaib cannot be thrown to none of Shedeur Sanders' wide receivers. No, Mel, what are you doing this year? Now, I have heard about Jeremiah Love going to Kansas Chiefs. I can see that. Let's see here. Sonny Styles going to the Dallas Cowboys. Ooh. Now, Mel Kiper probably hit something on this one, y'all. Ooh. Okay, hold on, y'all. For the Baltimore Ravens, Mel Kiper sees the perfect fit for Lemon, that wide receiver Lemon, Malachi Lemon. Ooh. Okay. He also sees Kenyon Sadiq going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that tight end. And look who Mel Kiper has going in the first round at number 16 before they even get to the Steelers at number 21. Mel Kiper has Ty Simpson going number 16 in his mock draft. That's interesting. That's interesting. Huh. We shall see. Let's see here. To the Panthers, CJ Allen, that's a linebacker. David Boston's 21 going to the Steelers. Let's see here. Oh, for the Cleveland, Mel Kiper is giving us Zachariah Branch. I will take that. I will take that. I will take that. Vestas, hold on. Let me just make sure I get the right school because that's the one I've been screaming about since the combine. Hold on, let me make sure I got the right school out here. Oh yeah, I'm getting happy now. But Mel, some of them things I don't like. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. I can see this, Vestas. Go back to the video regarding the combine. Zachariah Branch, Cleveland Browns. I saw that. I can see that. That's a wide receiver. Whew. And guess what? He's from the University of Georgia. Remember, I was harping on him at the combine because he was with Todd Monken in that era at the University of Georgia Bulldogs. He helped win, if not both, one of those titles that the University of Georgia got. I can see that. Hey, Mel, but you messed up number 6, Mel. You messed up number 6. So I need to write that down. I need to write that down. All right, let's keep going. Okay. Ooh, 27, 28, 29. All of them are O-tackles, offensive tackles, and O-lines. And 2 out of 3 of them, if not all 3 of them, are left tackles. But once again, something has happened to Caleb Lomu, L-O-M-U, because he was predicted before the combine to go in the top 10. You know what? Now, based off the combine, I didn't see nothing wrong with his metrics. I didn't see nothing wrong with his skills. I didn't see nothing with how he demonstrated his talents, right? So guess what? Something must have happened in the interview process, y'all. Because he was protected. As a matter of fact, that before the combine, he was even predicted to be the first left tackle off the board. So something has happened with Caleb Lemieux. We shall see. So you got Caleb Lemieux, you got Caden Proctor, and then you got Moreland Freeland all the way in the high 20s. Hey, we shall see, y'all, Vestas. We shall see. Yes, it's me. Hey, what's up, Mel? My handle is different when... Oh, okay, that was you. I kind of felt the energy. That's why I said Mel until I looked at the MLM. Thank you for letting me know. All right, Justine, Cleveland has a left tackle in the house, but he's always injured. Yeah, now we need a fresh body. We need a fresh body, a fresh young body. We need a fresh young body, okay? We need a fresh young body. Okay, Vestas, okay. But, okay, Mel, I'm going to give you at least a B- on this one. If let me tell you one thing. If Mel would have put Caleb, Caden Proctor, or Moreland Freeland in number 6, oh, Mel Kiper, I would give him at least a B+ or an A-. But he messed up. He messed up number 6. He messed up number 6. But he messed up number 6. I'm just going to say he messed up number 6. Okay, Vestas. Now, let's go ahead. And we're going to go ahead and play that clip that everybody has in rotations today regarding Emmitt Smith. But just remember, y'all, I got a second clip after that clip, okay? Come on to the stage, Emmitt. We're going to break this down today. All right, Emmitt. Come on to the stage. Let me turn it down. Thank you, Donna C, for this nugget in the background.
A marketing thing Now that I'm sitting here in the business world, I'm looking at how these things come together. That's what I look at, and that's what I see. And that's how the game itself has evolved. I mean, you can go over a list of quarterbacks that came out about 5-6 years ago, but not many of them are turning into Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford or Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. Not many of them are rising to that occasion as of yet. Even Josh Allen haven't gotten there. Right. But the marketing will make you think Josh Allen is the best thing since sliced bread.
Half of them are bums.
I ain't gonna call them bums, but I tell you, half of them are not really complete quarterbacks yet. They don't control their offense the way you would see a quarterback should control his offense.
What did your phone blow up with the most since the Super Bowl between the Josh Allen or Shedeur take? You've been spitting some football fire. Bobby said you should have a podcast.
Well, you never knew. You never know. I'm gonna have a Narcan podcast. But I just think that Josh Allen is a very good quarterback. So is Lamar Jackson. Shedeur Sanders will become a very, very good quarterback because he's more cerebral. He doesn't have some of the athletic talent that Josh may have in terms of legs, and neither does he doesn't have those kind of things that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen may have, but he has other things that he relies on. And that in itself separates him from some of those. He kind of puts you in a mode of, we say Patrick Mahomes can't really scramble, but he finds a way to scramble. Yeah. Shedeur finds a way to scramble, but his arm talent and his accuracy may be different.
Now, how much of this is Dion bias?
No, it's not Dion. It's not Dion bias. It's that I've seen the kid develop since he was a baby, pretty much. Matter of fact, he and EJ played with the truth back in the day when he was being developed as a quarterback. And so, but watching what he did through high school, watching what he was able to do at Jackson State, watching what he was able to do at Colorado, and what I look at, I don't look at the game like most people look at the game. Right. I look at the decision making of the quarterback. If you want your franchise player to be that guy, let's look at his decision-making tree. How is he finding the man-to-man matchup? Then let's go to the skill set. Is he accurate with the passes? And is there enough velocity on the ball to get it there? What is he doing? And how is he dictating to the defense, or is the defense dictating to him? And to me, that tells me the mindset of the quarterback, the intellect of the offense, and whether or not he's putting himself in a position to be that guy. And when I look around, sometimes I see guys, I'm sitting back here saying, man, the ball should be here. And you going, where? Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. And so then I go back to coaching. How are you being coached? Football. Because he's playing chess against the defensive coordinator.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, Vesters. So y'all heard the Emmitt Smith clip that is going around. And guess what? I really don't have any other input to add to what Emmitt Smith said. It was nothing to argue with. It was, I'm going to say, it was a lot of reality for all of everybody that had an issue with Shedeur Sanders' first rookie year of play. He said that Josh Allen is not even a complete quarterback at this time. And Josh Allen been in the league for years. So why do they have such an expectation for Shedeur Sanders to come out of college and be a complete quarterback? But trust me, based off what Emmitt Smith just said in this video, Shedeur Sanders has it. Shedeur Sanders has it. Look, over here at Tony Talks Vested Up, we have shared, discussed, broke down, dissected what all of these NFL legends have discussed regarding Shedeur Sanders. And here's another receipt that we can use against all the other improper narratives regarding Shedeur Sanders. We already know that Emmitt Smith has already been on Shedeur Sanders' side, but hey, this is just another receipt to the receipt book. Now, this is the clip that I want everybody to listen to, and then we're going to break this one down very, very slow. If you haven't seen this came from a podcast called The Next Chapter, okay? And then this could be a podcast created by TD Jakes. He is going to be in the clip, so fair use, fair use, fair use. All credit to the original content creator. Okay, let's move forward. Hold on, let me catch up with these. Let me catch up right here. Cleveland Brown. Okay. Hey, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard in Brown. And did okay, lady. Hey, what's up, Evelyn? What's up, Evelyn? Lady of Elegance. Yes, the intent is to go for a young, very young, vibrant, and bright O-line member. Yes, I don't want no injured reserve. I don't need all that. Not this year, especially not on that left side. I don't need that on this year. We got too much to prove. And then Todd Monken already gave his press conference for this week. We don't got time. No. We need young players. Shedeur knows where you should. Come on with it. Come on with it. Yes, he's going to be legendary. Now let's go and play this second clip, Vestedus. Let's play this clip. Come
That was coming. I saw that coming a mile away.
Okay.
All because of who he was, who he is, and who he's the son of who he was, who he is, and who he's the son of.
Right.
And what he was able to accomplish out of Jackson. When he was at Jackson, people were like, oh, that's Jackson State, blah, blah, blah. Then he go to Colorado. Oh, that's Colorado. But yet he's throwing and he's doing the things that people didn't expect him to do. And then on draft day, I was completely disappointed in terms of how the NFL treated him. I'm going to say the NFL. He was the biggest name coming out of the draft. There was no other kid in the draft that was more marketable than that young man.
Okay.
And in doing that, I think it sent the wrong message because there's no way he should have fell to the 5th round. No way. No way. I know that this kid was trained by an NFL quarterback himself.
Mm-hmm.
And meaning Jeff Blake. Mm-hmm. I know that this kid understands defense because his dad had to help him understand what was happening and understanding body languages and everything else. So he has a level of calmness and humility within him. He just plays with a chip on his shoulder. Some people would have got a pat on their back. Mm-hmm. Baker Mayfield was one of those would have got a pat on his back for his brashness. Johnny Manziel.
Now, Vestas, let me go ahead and warn you. Emmitt Smith is about to go into some reality that I didn't see coming out of this clip right here. So while you listen to this, I'm going to look up Jeff.
There is another one that got pat on the back for his brashness. Shedeur just did the watch thing.
Why do some people get a pat on the back and some people don't? You see one guy and it's a pat on the back. You see one guy and you say he's cantankerous.
Because it's the language that people want to use when they don't understand the individual of color. As we know through history, you go through history, you look at history itself. Everything that's described of a person that has a personality of this too, there's always a negative thing tied to him. Mm-hmm. A person on the other side, oh, he's a competitor. Mm. They use different words.
Okay.
And it comes out of the booth the same way. It comes out of the booth the same way when they're analyzing games.
Is it worse? Obviously, you're saying it's worse for a person of another race. But is it hard to be you all's son?
Yeah, I can imagine it can be hard to be our son.
Explain.
But why should it be hard if the talent is there?
Yeah.
The talent is there.
But why is it?
Why should it be hard? I mean,
I know why it shouldn't be. Why is it?
Why is it? I think it's the gatekeepers keeping the gate closed. and trying to send a message throughout to somebody. I don't know who they're trying to send it to. Maybe it's the whole culture. Maybe it's just him or whatever. Maybe, because if you don't understand the thing, then you're going to talk about it in the most negative light because we don't understand it. I mean, when we talk about Bitcoin and blockchain and everything else, first thing we throw against it, it's a Ponzi scheme because we didn't understand it. And now it's moving to a level of digital currency around the globe.
How do you prepare your son for the?
Okay, Vestas, hold on. I'm going to do a replay, Vestas. First time ever. I'm going to do a replay. Oh, Emmitt Smith. I don't even know how anybody missed this. Even I missed it. But like I said, it appeared on my timeline after I watched the clip today. And believe it or not, that clip came out. It was posted on the Next Chapter podcast 1 month ago, February the 18th of 2026. Let me go ahead and play that clip again, Vestas, and then we're going to take a deep dive. We're going to discuss this. Let me get back to it. Oh, my. Oh, my. Emmitt Smith. I'm surprised this got buried, but guess what? Over here at Tony Talks Vested Up, we done dug it up. Whole Vestas.
Velocity on the ball to get it there. What is he doing? And how is he dictating to the defense, or is the defense dictating to him? And to me, that tells me the mindset of the quarterback, the intellect of the offense, and whether or not he's putting himself in a position to be that guy. And when I look around, sometimes I see guys. I'm sitting back here saying, "Man, the ball should be here," and you going where?
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. And so then I go back to coaching. How are you being coached? Football, because he's playing chess against the defensive coordinator as we're playing chess.
Okay, so it's really up here.
Football is 90% mental, 10% physical.
Yeah. What would you say? What did you think of the moves that Shedeur Sanders made, and what would you say if you had a chance to talk to him? Which you probably have.
The moves?
Yeah.
The moves such as?